The expectations of the conference are hopeful, because what you see, there is a program made which is really based on a dialogue between the Chinese parties and the Dutch parties. And exchange of information is the easiest thing, I would say, to do. We say in the Netherlands, don't try to invent the wheel again. And another saying is, don't make the mistakes we already did. So let's help each other, and then we get better and we can make progress. I think the PEIB is an excellent instrument which shows that government and industry are working together. And what the Dutch ministry can do is help the Chinese, especially on soil and water, to develop and derive standards which you need. You need legislation to improve the quality of the environment, I would say. And the Netherlands already has 30 years experience about soil policy, and we are still developing. So I think we can help you in that part. And of course, the industry partners, they need legislation, because then they know exactly which demands there is and what they have to fulfill, on what kind of requirements are needed. So legislation is, I think, the main part what the government side could do.
I think the Pearl River Delta is very interesting for Dutch companies, since we also live in a delta in the Netherlands, and also it's a very urban area, also like in the Netherlands. And we have a lot of experience in the Netherlands how to handle soil and groundwater problems in such a urban area where it's not possible to have standard remediation solution, because excavation will be very difficult in areas where a lot of people live, or in an area like a harbor. And so in the Netherlands we have a lot of experience with innovative and smart solution where we can remediate or manage problems without having to excavate the soil. And also the south of China is very interesting for Dutch companies, because there are a lot of big cities and harbors in the south of China, like Shenzhen harbor or Guangzhou harbor. And the situation is very comparable to the harbor of Rotterdam, where we have a lot of experience in managing complex groundwater and soil remediation. We have a long history of exchanging knowledge between the Chinese government and the Dutch government, and everybody now wants to take the next step to cooperation between Dutch and Chinese knowledge institutes and companies. And I think a way of establishing this would be through projects where we can work together and learn from each other. And another idea would be to have exchange students, Chinese students who can work in the Netherlands on projects or work at universities or knowledge institutes, and also Dutch students who can work here and on projects or on universities. And I think that's a good way to exchange Chinese and Dutch knowledge.
The H2o13 hopefully will contribute in the way that we have a group of scientists and specialists who are in the field of the work of what we do, and hopefully we can communicate with each other on each other's challenges, and at the end we hope to be able to do projects together or pilots together to prove to each other that if we combine forces, we have a very good or a total solution for our challenges.
what is the why are we doing this as a consulate? Because we think that as a government in a state capitalist society like China, as a government we can better help the companies, help them understand the dynamics of the market here and the opportunities that are here. And so by doing this as a consulate, we can open doors for SMEs and Dutch companies that are specialized, have high quality products, but don't know how to enter new markets. So the goal of this this conference is to showcase Dutch knowledge, showcase what we have, the in-house knowledge we have, the instruments we have, the management and service systems we have, and see if there is opportunity to cooperate with projects that are planned in Pearl River Delta by the local government. So when looking at the Dutch industry and the knowledge that we can contribute to Chinese demand and Chinese reality and Chinese increasing demand to clean up their living environment, yeah, we thought as a consulate we should organize something. And how to do that better than organize a conference where you can bring companies from the Netherlands, decision makers in China, local government, together with universities. So you have a triangle of researchers, businesses, and decision makers in government. Bringing them all together right here creates a great platform. So last year we had a focus on water technology and water cleaning, river cleaning systems. And this year we have a more of a different approach towards soil. As soil pollution is created by dirty water, so there's the relationship with water. And the industries here in China are heavily polluting the soils. So we also, because of the knowledge and the demand and the opportunities in the Netherlands, we shifted the angle in this year to soil remediation solutions.
I think in my work, especially the black box of the soil and also the water environment, that's a big challenge. We need a lot of data, and to gather this especially from the soil is very difficult. So we need good techniques to gather this data. And for me as a consultant in China, the biggest challenge is to find partners which understand our concept of consultancy. Because we are not a supplier of equipment, we are providing solutions as a consultant.
Okay, so data, the gathering of data is an obstacle you face.
The data gathering is an obstacle, and the other thing is how we manage data, how we can apply data. So that's the specific challenges for China.
How do you think how the H2o13 conference of today can contribute to solve these challenges, this data gathering, for instance?
Well, I think this conference helps us to share our experience, show how we apply data and what we can, how we can add value with this data. So that's, I think, by showing simple experience from the past in the Netherlands, how we developed our toolkit, and providing this toolkit to China, maybe that will help to understand what we are doing with our data.
Yeah, I think right now the soil and the groundwater is a very big issue for China, and I understand Netherlands has some advanced technology and the experience in that area, and also the government also looking for some idea in this area. I think that this will be the area I expect to have a lot of opportunities.
Well, I think today there are many relevant stakeholders both from China and Holland who attend this conference and who give presentation about their scope and their experience. And so basically you can say that the Chinese and the Dutch learn to know each other much more and know about their expertise and experience. So I think this can contribute a lot for future cooperation.
The H2o platform, it's actually something that we started last year.
Because as you maybe know, the Netherlands is well known for its water technologies. We are a country that would have been underwater for 2/3 of the country if we hadn't taken measures, so we built dams and dikes. So we know, we grew up with water and the problems that water can give people. So that's why we made the platform last year. It was, I would say, last year a great success. So we wanted to build upon the experiences that we had last year to go on with H2o13. Now, I've understood from everybody here today that this year was also a great success, so I hope that maybe we have now enough technology experience and enthusiasm to do another edition next year, but we don't know yet. Well, actually, the Netherlands has quite an extensive network in China. We have the embassy in Beijing. We have consulate generals in Shanghai, Hong Kong, Chongqing and in Guangzhou. And we have Netherlands business support offices in several cities. This whole network can help the Dutch business community with all kinds of questions, going from very easy questions like, where shall I put up my business, to questions like, can you please do a market scan for me? Because I need to know in which province I want to start doing something. So we can be of help in actually every way a company wants to. And the only thing is that people need to know where we are. Well, to be able to do that, they just have to visit our website, the www.H2o website, where everything that's relevant will be published and where everybody can find all the information they need.